So what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of the Raider Critique, your free agency edition number 2. Since we had a few signings that we did, I'm glad to see everybody is here. I'm sorry that I didn't go live earlier. I saw that one of my fellow comrades had also went live at the same time. So there was really, I didn't want to stomp on anybody's toes, so I felt like that probably wouldn't have been a good idea to go live. Well, check it out. I've got one person in the chat. Hopefully we can get more. And I believe, man, I cannot read very well, but I think that's Man, I can't even pronounce your name, man, but I'm going to call you My Ass Raider. But I appreciate everybody for showing up. And yeah, I want to talk about a couple of the signings that we've done. We went and picked up Nick Mullens. And hey, it's better than Blaine Gilbert. I'll give it that. It's definitely a lot better than Blaine Gilbert. Nick Mullens, if you guys know, if you have any type of memory when it comes back to about 2018 or so, this guy torched us when he came in as a third string relief for the 49ers. And he came in and torched us and won that game. Now, he also faced us last year as a Cleveland Brown, which we edged that game out. But he didn't look anywhere near as good as he did when he played with the 49ers. But this guy is now a Raider. I don't know what to feel about it, especially with all the other people we could have brought in here. But I guess this is okay. I don't know what type of grade I would give it. Maybe a C+, maybe a C-. I mean, it's Nick Mullens. He's pretty much going to be the backup. On whether it's going to be Blaine Gilbert or Nick Mullens, I'm hoping it's Nick Mullens. I can say that. I can definitely say that, man. So, Nick Mullens is our backup quarterback. And I really don't know how to feel about it. We could have gotten somebody so much better, in all actuality. Now, we also re-signed Jonathan Hankins. He's been on the team for the past couple of years. We re-signed him to a one-year deal. I do not know what the contract details are, but I can say this. We can go over, I want to look at Nick Mullens' stats for every single one of you, so let's transition on over to that. Here is Nick Mullens' stats here. Okay. 2018 for the 49ers, he played in 8 games. He started 8 games. His record was 3-5. Completions was 176 of 274 attempts with a completion percentage of 64.2. Throwing for 2,277 yards, 13 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Now, I could read off all these other ones. I'm going to straight up go over here to QBR, or his rating, which was 90.8. His QBR was a 51.7. He was sacked 17 times for 127 yards. All right. 2019, he didn't play at all. In 2020, he played in 10 games. He started in 8 of those. He went 2-6. He was 211 completions out of 326 attempts for a 64.7% completion percentage. Slightly better than what he was in 2018. He threw for 2,437 yards with 12 touchdowns and 12 picks. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I really want this guy behind center, man. I mean, at least when we had Marcus Mariota, he was a viable backup, but 243.7 yards a game. His rate was 84.1. with his QBR at a whopping 36.3. He was sacked 19 times for 139 yards. All right. Well, I also wanted to read this article about Jonathan Hankins. And let's get that guy out of here. Now, we're bringing back Jonathan Hankins. Now, entering his year 5 as a Raider, Hankins has been a pillar of the availability down in the trenches. Through his 4 seasons with the team, the 340-pound defensive lineman has missed only 4 contests, with 3 of those 4 happening in 2021. He's consistently been one of the Raiders' better run defenders in the interior, using his size to seal up the gaps. Now that is absolutely true. By the way, this is coming from Just Blog Baby, alright, on Fansided over here. I want to give them props for writing such a hell of an article on the guy. Well, Hankins has shown that he can still get to the quarterback too, proving that with his 14 quarterback hits through his Raider tenure, this might seem irrelevant, but although the big nasty number 90 is mostly a run defender now, he once had notable pass rushing skills. Through the first 4 years of his career as a New York Giant, Hankins was only able to start double-digit games twice. And in these 2 healthy seasons combined, the defensive tackle has compiled 10 sacks. The guy is great to even have in there. Now, I thought it was crazy when we brought him in to begin with when we had Paul Gunther. But he has shown right there, and also with his time with us, that, he's definitely still viable as a defensive tackle on this football team. So I'm really liking that we re-signed him because we do need defensive tackle depth. We did get a few defensive tackles in free agency to go ahead and pair up with this guy. Now, what does that mean for Darius Philon? I do not know. But I can tell you this defensive tackle room is starting to look pretty stacked, especially if they do decide to move Cleve Farrell over into the inside. And Raider Nation, now we're running a 3-4 defense. So it's going to look completely different than what it has looked in years past. And, really honestly, a lot of my colleagues here in the Raider Nation and on YouTube have said, it's not really a base defense anymore when you're playing the game that they're playing nowadays, because we're running a lot of hybrid style defenses. So expect a lot of sub packages out of a 3-4 base, out of a 4-6 base, possibly a 3-5-5. You never know. You know what I mean? Or a 1-5-5 or a 3-5-3. You just, the formations are going to be a lot different when you're running with your nickel and you're running with your dime, all those different types of formations and sub formations from those formations. It can get very complicated, but be well assured that running that style of defense, we are building and we have the talent to be able to run these styles of defenses and dominate. Literally dominate. Now, I have been asking this question because I've been seeing it in a lot of other people's lives as well. Are we done in free agency now? I've heard a lot of rumors about Bradbury was supposed to come in here. Now, of course, this was earlier, throughout free agency that Bradbury was supposed to come in here. That, it was all over Twitter that the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, would be coming in here, that he would be doing talks. Stephon Gilmore was known to be in talks with the Raiders, but no moves have been made. Instead, we got other depth players in our free agency in Rockison and that other corner that we picked up. I can't remember his name. I was just there on my mind, and I can't remember it now. Oh, Averett from Baltimore. I mean, I don't know if we even have the cap money to make any moves before June, because that's when that other cap money comes in. But then when you look at this roster completely, do we really need to bring anybody else in here? I don't know, man. Secondary's looking mighty good. Our safeties, I mean, we've got plenty of safeties in there now. Now, mind, some of these guys may not even make the final 53-man roster, And we still have the draft to go through. But I think right now, with all the moves that were made, and everything that this front office has done, I think we're done. I don't think we're going to do anything else before the draft. I really don't. And that means that these guys are going to sit out here even longer. You know, unless some team goes out there and they are in desperate need of picking up a safety or a corner, these guys are going to be out there even longer, bringing their money prices down. So that right there, I think that that's probably what I'm leaning toward, what more is going to happen. But who knows, Raider Nation? These guys could get signed tomorrow to a different team. They could get, you know, they could wind up getting a lucrative deal somewhere else. But as of right now, I really don't see us even thinking about picking up any more free agents right now. I mean, what do you guys think, man? I'm over here in the chat now. I'm actually reading you guys' chat. But for real, hey, what's going on, man? What's going on, old Robert Pena? And Captain, hey, is that? Hey, that's OG. What's up, OG? How's it going, man? It's nice to see all of y'all family in here, Elizabeth. Man, it's good to see every single one of you. Like, for real. And I'm glad that you guys are coming and checking this out. I'm not much of a content provider. I try to be. But, you know, I'm going to be honest with the moves that we've made so far. I love everything we've done. I'm not too keen about the quarterbacks we've added. You know, I'm not into Blaine Gabbert. And I'm definitely not into Nick Mullens. Even though Nick Mullens torched us. You know, I guess if you can't beat him, join him, right? Because he couldn't beat us last year. You know? But it's quite peculiar how we go off and get a guy who basically could have whooped our ass last year if he would have just made a few more key moments instead of basically giving the ball to us and basically repeat what he did when he was with San Francisco. And that we just go ahead and bring him in. I guess Josh McDaniels sees something in him. I don't know. I'm hoping that these two guys wind up being camp arms, but I know one of them's going to end up being our backup. And the only thing I can hope for is that Derek Carr stays healthy this year. And we're going to have to do everything we can on that offensive line to make sure he stays healthy this year, because if we have to worry about one of those guys coming in, it could be 2016 all over again, Raider Nation. Now look, check it out, man. This is all of our opponents and everybody that we're facing this year, this upcoming season. And I'm actually going to make a prediction on what our record's going to be. And I've looked over every single one of these games, and I honestly can honestly say that this is going to be a very good year for us. No joke, no doubt. I think that we're going to go and we're going to definitely hit double digits. I think we're going to give the AFC West a run for its money. No doubt, man. I think we're going to get the AFC West a run for its money. I think we can take the division this year. I definitely think we can take the division this year, and I think we can take it with a 13-4 record. No doubt about it. With everything that we've done with it as a football team, what they've done as an organization, on paper, we look like we are going to contend this year. Now, are we going to win a Super Bowl? I don't know. But I can tell you this, I think it's definitely playoffs or bust. We've got to get in there and we've got to win our first playoff game as well. And this front office is making sure that we're going to be able to do that. So that's what I'm talking about. I love the moves that we've made. Let's just hope Derek Carr can stay healthy. They're going to figure out what's going on with this offensive line. It seems like they've taken care of every single solitary thing else. So, man, let's just go ahead and run with it. Let's see what we're going to do in the draft. I mean, does 13-4 sound logical to any of you? (12-5), 14-2. Hey, I love it, bro. I love it, Roth. Oh, Raph saying 14-2. Hell yeah. Well, 14 and 3. Yeah, it's because we got 17 games this year. Right. I mean, we can keep our fingers crossed. I mean, I would think legitimately, 14 and 3, 14 and 4. It wouldn't be 14 and 4, it'd be 14 and 3. Or we could say, I'm hoping it's not going to be 10 and 7 again. Not with everything that we've done as a front office. If we wind up going 10 and 7 again, then, it would have to be extremely large growing pains that the team would have to be occurring through to have that happen. There's too much firepower on this team to only get 10 wins. And just looking at it on paper anyway. Now, are we going to get everybody at the top of their game? Well, we're going to find out. But I think that if everybody is playing at the top of their game, guarantee, man, 13 and 4, I'd say 13 and 4, 12 and 5. I think that would be a good number there. Now, Docs has finally announced where the flag football game is going to be in Las Vegas. It's at All-American Park. Now, if you guys can actually read that, I put the address right there. I don't know if it's big enough for y'all to see. I know that it's too small for me to see. But I can look on my phone here just to where I'm able to tell you the number and the address of where it is at, in case any one of you would like to go. So, let's see here. I know that it's at All-American Park. You can Google it if you like, and it'll give you the address. It also gives you the phone number and the website, just to where, if you guys want to go through it that way. But I'm going to tell you the number here as soon as I can find it. Issue I'm having is that it was in my history, and now I can't find it. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But I believe it was 1551 or something like that. I don't know why it's doing this to me. Of course, when I need technology, it doesn't do what I would like it to do. So, as a matter of fact, I think I can boot it up this way. I sure can. All right, it is 1551 South Buffalo Drive in Las Vegas, Nevada. And then, of course, the website is www.lasvegasnevada.gov/residents/parks. So you can find it that way. It's actually going to be a really cool experience. I actually plan on going. I don't know if I'm going to be playing. Now, I did want to be playing in this game, but last week I suffered an injury at work where I jacked up my knee. Wasn't able to walk on it for almost, 2 or 3 days. Had to use a cane while I was at work. It was pretty treacherous, man. It hurt like hell. You know what I mean? But now I'm finally able to start moving around like normal. Finally starting to be able to do the things that I was able to do. But I can tell you this. I can walk. I can do a few strenuous things walking, but I haven't been able to run yet. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be good by the time this game goes on, because I definitely want to be a part of this game. But it is at All-American Park in Las Vegas, Nevada, Friday, April 29th at 11 a.m. So if you guys happen to be in Vegas, you guys want to go and check out Hammer, and you want to check out, Docs, and you want to check out everybody else that's going to be there, man, Wasted, and so many more, that's where we're going to be, man. And I plan on being there, and, hey, I hope everybody has a wonderful time and you guys are all able to come out and make it. Now, also, I promoted about this last week. We were actually supposed to do something today, but really there wasn't much Raider news. So, WrestleMania is going on, so a lot of us are going off and watching WrestleMania, including our beloved Mikey Raider, who's going to be out there watching WrestleMania. So we will not be getting a live in today, but we do plan on doing it sometime within the near future. I think next weekend is a huge possibility. So Mikey will be hosting a Raiders Roundtable come soon. I know I've been talking about it. I have not been able to give you a time, but everybody knows the reasons why I'm not able to give you a time, because I haven't been given a time. So I do not know. It just all depends on how Mikey Raider feels. But please go on over to his YouTube channel, his new YouTube channel, and subscribe to him if you haven't done so already. And get ready for his new Raiders Roundtable and also his new Raiders shows that he's been coming up with. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to the other part here, because we don't need the backdrops anymore. It took me a minute to make those backdrops, but we don't need them anymore. And I'm hoping that the chat's actually coming up in that room. It doesn't look like it is, guys, but it's nice to see every single one of y'all here. Cool Kev, salute, man. OG, salute. Robert Pena, salute. OG, man, yeah. Raphael, we got quite a few of y'all in there, man. James, appreciate y'all for showing up. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday, man. I hope that everybody is well. This is basically just a little bit of news that I was able to come up with. I'm regurgitating basically the same thing mainstream media has been regurgitating since we signed these guys. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications if you love this show and you like this content, man. And I plan on coming up with more footage, especially when I go to the draft to go to that flag football game. I'm also going to be starting something new on this channel. I plan on getting patches, just like what's over here in the corner. You see my logo right there. I'm going to be getting patches made. And what I'm going to do with those patches is I would like to start getting more of an organic subscriber count to this channel. I would like to, for every 25 to 30 subscribers more that I get, I would like to give out 5 patches. And this is once I get them in hand. And I want to do that until we get to roughly about 20 people who have gotten patches, and then put those names in a hat for a drawing to get one of these. Now, these are those authentic Raider coins that I was telling you about. These are made by a Raider Nation all in his own, man. Mayo gets these made, and Scream promotes the shit out of them, and I'm doing the same thing. I would love to get one of these in one of everybody's hands, but I'm going to tell you this. I've already tried shipping one. These things are so heavy, they are massively expensive to ship. So I've got to do it a different way to make it affordable for myself to be able to get Raider coins out to the rest of you here in the Raider Nation. But I'm also going to be getting patches to get out to you guys as well. So, you know, I'm trying, y'all. I want to get some merch out there and get some things done, you know, because I believe real recognizes real, and every single one of y'all that come in here and check me out, man, you guys are my family. And I appreciate every single one of y'all. And, you know, I just want to be out here and remembered for all the content and everything I've done for the Raiders and the Raider Nation themselves, because without this team I wouldn't have this channel, and without this channel I wouldn't have met every single one of you, and for that I am extremely thankful for. So, you know, anyway, like I've always said, and like how I always end every single solitary episode, it's Raider Nation for life, man. And I can't wait to meet every single one of y'all. So you guys make sure you go to that football game in Vegas if you can. We'll catch y'all later, Raiders.